All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to talk about the 7,500 federal tax credit, and it seems like Tesla is losing it for this vehicle. It looks like they've instructed employees that the 7,500 federal tax rate is disappearing. So we'll talk about it along with a lot of other Tesla news that's been coming out from this past day. So if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best behind Tesla at the best possible financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so before we get into any of this, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another video. Thanks for watching another stream. This video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link, where you can get a list of my best credit union banks and also my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And thank you to my latest Patreon members, Francisco, Sam. Thanks for joining. Thanks for scheduling calls with me. And yeah, thanks for all that. But let us get into this. So the Tesla Model 3, the cheapest, most inexpensive Tesla that you can buy today, starts at $42,990. And of course, if you don't know what is going on, there is a 7,500 federal tax credit on the Model 3 and the Model Y. And when you buy this vehicle before March, before the end of this month, in which the Treasury and the IRS are supposed to come out with more news on more clarification on the 7,500 federal tax credit, if you buy it, you basically get that money back when you file for your taxes next year as a tax refund using softwares like TurboTax, a CPA, or whatever to do that before April, whatever the date is next year. So it's not this year, not based upon this year's income. But it seems like the Model 3 standard range, the one that's the cheapest and most inexpensive at $42,990, is now about to lose the federal tax credit of $7,500. And how we know this? Well, it seems Tesla is instructing their employees, sending notes to their sales team, is saying that that this Model 3 is going to lose it. So here's an article from Electric. I think they broke the news first at 3:16 a.m. today. Tesla expects to lose the full 7,500 federal tax credit on its cheapest electric car, which we've been predicting this. We've thought for a while. We've known that the Model 3 standard range would not get the full 7,500 federal tax rate because of the battle minerals are, I think, from China, and also the manufacturing is from China. So the question is, like, if they're already telling their sales employee teams that the Model 3 is going to lose it, they probably already know what is going to happen with the Model Y. They might already know it's going to either get the full 7,500 federal tax rate or even maybe half of it. I think at this point we can expect it's going to get at least half or the full of it, because I think they would tell their teams that it would be getting it at zero, because they're already telling them that the Model 3 is also already getting zero. So that could be the case, or it could be the case because they want to sell a bunch of the inventory for the Model 3, which we'll take a look at before this. So looks like Tesla told employees that it expects to lose the full 7,500 federal tax rate on its cheapest electric car because the batteries come from China. Since January, some electric manufacturers have been enjoying a surge in demand thanks to the new federal tax credit for the electric vehicles coming in place. So if you've got a pending estimated delivery on a Model 3 standard range, you should 100% try and take delivery ASAP by the end of the month, because after that it seems like you will potentially could lose $7,500 in an opportunity, I guess, credit at the end of the day. And so if you're looking to buy one, it now is 100% the time to try and get one. If you need to find inventory, go to waitingfortesla.com. Shout out to the team, TJ, for creating this site. And you can see all the different vehicles that are actually around you. And my recommendation is go to the site, filter it by demo vehicle, of course, because then you can see vehicles that might have slight mileage on it, but certainly might have an extra sweet discount. You can see there's a handful of them, 860. Whoa, what's going on here? a lot of $860 discounted ones. Here's one in Irvine, $860 discount, white with black interior, 18-inch rims. Not a bad deal. Here's another one with a $1,750 discount, and the discounts are all over the place. So I'm wondering here, did they do this as part of a strategic move, right? They told their employees that, hey, the Model 3 standard range is losing out on the $7,500 federal tax credit. So, text your customers, call your customers, get them ready to take delivery, because if they take delivery after the first, they might lose this $7,500 federal tax credit refund and all sorts of that. So, if you got a pending delivery, try and take delivery ASAP. Try some of the EDD hacks on the channel. Try maybe even switching to one of these vehicles. But the question is here, like, what happens after the tax credit disappears? Will Tesla drop the price of the Model 3 standard range? I know some of you in the chat might be having a pending delivery coming up, but if Tesla loses this $7,500 federal tax credit, there could be a big price drop in the near future. I'm not sure that Tesla would go straight to $7,500 discount right away. They might go like $3,750 initially, and then maybe another $3,750. And we've talked about this many times before in the past, like when the $7,500 discount was all through December. Like, having a discount upfront is 100% more impactful than a federal tax credit refund of all sorts, and a year from now. And so there are financing partners like Tenet down below, where you can get the lowest monthly payment possible by deferring some of that $7,500 tax credit. So you can check out that. But there certainly are different ways what might actually happen in the near future. So just be aware of that. I know if you got a pending delivery, the price might actually decrease in the near future. I certainly don't think it's going to go down $7,500 right off the bat. I think Tesla, what they'll do is they'll test it out first and try and discount at $3,750 initially, and then maybe another $3,750 after that. Because if we look historically, so this column right here, column C, is the price of the Model 3 standard range of all the different price increases, decreases for whatever it is, and you can see the most price historically for the Model 3 standard range was $37,000, maybe even like $36,000. And so right now the price, of course, as we know, is $42,990. Potentially there could be a case where they could drop it down to initially $39,990, and then if they need to, like a $36,990. So take that for whatever it's worth. You can use that with whatever planning you can try and speculate. So it could go down. It might not go down initially, but do expect some sort of price drop in the near future if we believe that Tesla is losing the tax credit for the Model 3 standard range. And so we're going to jump into our next topic. And of course, we'll also get to the live stream comments, because that's the benefit of the live stream. You can ask anything you want in a live stream, and I get to every single one of those comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me. We can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible financing rate, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, some as low as 2.5 to 2.99, but more realistically 3.5 to 3.99. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. What's up, everyone? Paul, Ron, Rafi, Wookie Cookies, Taki JP, Jet Falcon, Harvey. Haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome. Crusher, Cruisin, Wookie Cookies again. Michael, thanks for coming in. Well, definitely I'll get to all the comments. But we've got a handful of topics in the pipeline, because I want to get your thoughts on a few things. Certainly about of what's out there in the news for Tesla, because there's some interesting things going on the moment. So there was a new warranty that might actually came out. So we'll talk about that just next. So in case you missed it, there is now a Tesla extended warranty that you can get for your Model 3, Model Y, and I believe Model S and X. But the question is it actually worth it? What are my thoughts? Is it even worth it to pay some of this? And the short answer is Probably not, but we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And so let us get into this. Shout out to Zach or Black Model 3. He posted this yesterday and I saw it. The extended warranty is now available for the Model 3 and Model Y, available in the upgrade section of the app, and covers 2 years, 25,000 miles. Of course, after your basic 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty ends. And you can see right here for the Model 3 and the Model Y, it's a full $2,000. And so do I think it's worth it? Probably not. I mean, I would say from my experience, the Model 3 and the Model Y is pretty unproblematic. Like there really isn't too many issues. Now, I mean, the flip side is if you buy a Model 3 and the Model Y and you're running into a ton of issues, warranty, and a lot going back to the service center a lot, then you could probably try and get them to buy that car back if there's a lot of issues at the end of the day. But pretty much for the most part, Model 3 and Model Y are pretty bulletproof, like really no issues at all. The difference is kind of with the Model S and the Model X. The Model X always has had some issues with, like, a lot of people complain about the Falcon doors and anything like that, but it looks like you can get the warranty for the Model S. It's a $3,100 option, and there's a lot of other things that can go into it. So like Model X is $3,500 option. So would I buy it? Maybe. I'm not sure if it would actually be worth it, because that's a lot of money at the end of the day, right? $3,500. I mean, it certainly could be a peace of mind type of thing, but of course it doesn't cover anything that's wear and tear. There also is, I believe, a $100 deductible at the end of the day on this. And so I'm not sure if this would be worth it. Maybe as you get closer to that 4-year mark, or closer to that $50,000 mile mark, then you could certainly think about doing this. But I would say it might just be worth it to just sell the vehicle, get into another one, and extend that warranty again. Of course, that's easier said than done, but I mean, once you hit the 4-year 50,000 mark on a Tesla, it certainly gets pretty dated at the moment, because Tesla is like very uptuned with technology, and so it's kind of like buying like an old iPhone for the new one. So you're going to start to see and notice all the different aging of the technology and things like that. And now that you've probably been following and probably been seeing all the different Tesla news, there's hardware 4.0 or a hardware 4, and back then when hardware 3 came out, there was hardware 2.5 at the time. So Tesla's constantly trying to update and enhance their technology, both interior and exterior. So definitely be something to be worried about. But is this worth it to me? I wouldn't say so at the moment. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We're going to go back into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, so definitely check it out if you're interested. But if you're just joining in, welcome. The Tesla Model 3 is slated to potentially lose the $7,500 federal tax credit. It seems like Tesla has instructed their employees that this is going to be the case starting on April 1st. And so the question is here, like, is this a ploy with the sales teams, right? I mean, it most likely is going to happen, and it's a pretty interesting thing that they started to tell their sales teams, a week before the end of the month. But what we do know is there is a ton, there has been a ton of Model 3 inventory in their inventory, and there's also a lot of discounted Model 3 standard range inventory. You can see right here, there's 88 of them available for sale, and if we look at, there's also 40 performance that are available as well. I don't know if there's demo ones, but a huge amount of them are the Model 3 rear-wheel drive. And of course, there also is a third trim that is never really shown. So we'll take a look at it as well. Let's see here. So we're going to get into our next topic. Was I not screen sharing any of that? That's funny. But anyways, right here, you can see there's 377 Model 3s that are actually available. So now I'm curious, was I screen sharing any of the warranty stuff? Oh, well, it is what it is. But there is a ton of discounted Model 3s that are available. And so if you've got a pending order for a Model 3, you should certainly try and take delivery. But at the same time, there could be a discount coming soon. So Let me know what your thoughts are. Paul, good evening. Ron John, welcome. Rafi, hi Dennis. What do you think about the Tesla extended warranty? Do you think it's worth it for $2,000 for the Model Y? I don't think so. And hopefully you should be able to decide that later on. You don't have to initially decide that right away. I mean, you probably can purchase this before the end of the initial factory warranty. So I'm not sure you have to make the decision right away, right now. You can wait until then. I'm picking up a Model 3 rear-wheel drive this Saturday. Am I still covered for 7,500 IRS, or is it going to disappear? Wookie Cookies, you're still good until March 31st, but after that, that's when it gets a little bit questionable at that time. Also, by the way, what do you think of Jake and Bake's new GT3? I saw it on stream. It's actually a GT4 RS, and it actually is pretty sick. Hopefully, we'll see it in about a week after it comes back from the shop. But certainly a really sick car. We were lucky enough to be able to sit in it and join them on the delivery, and so that was a cool experience at the end of the day. Model Y long range scheduled delivery 3:30. Wow, coming straight down to the wire for the 7,500 federal tax rate. So lucky you. Joe Biden likes his EVs and gives higher gas prices to gas cars. Okay, not bad. What up, Dennis? What up, Harvey? Welcome. Crusher, thanks for coming in. Cruising. I ordered Model Y Performance on February 3rd for $56,990. I'm hoping to take delivery on March 30th. Hopefully I get the tax credit. Well, that would be a win-win for me. Yeah, everybody that's got a estimated delivery down to the wire, congrats to you. But it certainly feels like if Tesla has come out and said that the Model 3 is going to lose the $7,500 federal tax credit, then potentially the Model Y probably will either maintain it at $7,500 or even potentially go down to $3,750, but they probably would not be going down to zero at this point. 37K, but that was back in 2019 with inflation these days, etc. Nice. So glad I got my standard range a few weeks ago. Yeah, then you were able to lock in that $7,500 federal tax rate. But I mean, if this $7,500 federal tax rate disappears, then most likely Tesla will adjust the price. So is a pending price decrease coming soon for the Model 3? I think so at the end of the day. Exciting. I'm picking mine up Saturday. Congrats. Congrats to you. When do you think the parking vision will come back to all vehicles? Maybe in another month or so, once they start testing out with the FSD cars, and then they'll roll it out to everybody else. Model Y long range EDD just got pushed to 5.5. June ordered 12 to 14. I'm pissed. Yeah, EDDs are getting pushed all over the place. Unfortunately, sorry to you that it got pushed to June, but try some of the EDD hacks on the channel and see if you can switch to one of these inventory Model Ys that are readily available. I mean, there's 252 ones. I mean, most likely these are all-wheel drive version standard range, but still good, I would say, to lock in that 7,500 federal tax credit. Will the Model 3 Performance still get the $7,500 federal tax credit? Don't know. I think so. Fingers crossed. I mean, if Tesla has announced that to their employees that the cheapest one is losing it, well, now we really don't know. Like, is it specifically just the cheapest one, or is it all Model 3s? Most likely they just told them it's just all the cheapest ones at the end of the day. Phil, accepting delivery of my Model Y long range next Tuesday. Thanks for the EDD tips. No, Phil, thanks for coming in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for dropping that comment that EDD tip actually worked. And so thank you and congrats to you on your Tesla. And if anybody wants, if you just bought a Tesla or if you got a pending order on Tesla, check out our Tesla part accessory discount partners down below in the description. Here's the codes on the screen. Tamai's got a really good interior set. Jawa's got a good phone mount. Tesla's got a good entry level floor mat, I would say. MAGBAK has an even cooler phone mount that's more sleeker, I would say. And then 3D Mats USA. If you're looking for a more premium floor mat for your Tesla Model 3 Y, S, or X, check it out. Discount code on the screen. Pick up Model Y Performance Black Exterior White Interior this Saturday. I better get the 7,500 or I'm rejecting it. You should be good, SJ. The tax rate should be good still for the Model Y, especially by the end of this month. Sam, welcome back. When are you buying your Model X? Is it worth to buy used or brand new? It depends on the price at the end of the day. If you're buying a Model S or X, I would say used all the day because those are really getting depreciated pretty heavily right now. Model 3 and Model Y, depends if you qualify for the tax credit or not. I wish Tesla would change the free color from white to black. Yeah, black is sleek. Like, it's funny. We bought a gray Model X, right? And I definitely wanted a black one with white interior, but of course beggars can't be choosers. But every single time I drive by a black Model X, I double think to myself, but it's still good at the end of the day. We can get on the next one, maybe. And then update on California EV rate going up. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it, Ruslan. It's staying at the $2,000. Do you know why they removed the option for lower standard for regenerative braking in new cars? I really like that feature in my old Model 3. Yeah, I actually don't know why. I think they just wanted to set it at one tone to really maximize the battery range. But yeah, because I wish they would bring that back at the end of the day. Got my VIN this morning before running the LA Marathon. What a day. EDD now 330 to 331. Whoa. White, Model Y long range, white on white from Austin. Surprisingly. No, John, congrats to you. Congrats on getting an estimated delivery date. And that's going to be very common in the next few days. If you're in California or if you're in Texas near a factory, Tesla likes to do this thing where they like to try and rush at the end of the month. So do expect that you might be able to get your Tesla by the end of the month. So fingers crossed in the end of the day. And if you still haven't gotten a VIN or estimated delivery date got pushed up, go check it out. Go to a local Tesla center and try and talk to them to see if they can bump up your order at the end of the day or switch it to an inventory car. Model X standard range, I think so. That could be in their back pocket. They're probably already even thinking about that. Like, hey, what if we release a $70,000 Model X standard range that can only get like 250 or 300 miles? That could be in their back pocket, and that might actually qualify for the tax credit as well. To be clear, do we claim the tax credit on our 2023 tax return? Yes. You claim it when you file for your taxes next year before April, not this year. This year is pretty much over. You would have to buy it last year, but you couldn't because last year the Tesla didn't qualify for the tax credit. Ordered Model Y Performance 2 weeks ago, and the date just got pushed back to April 2nd and May 4th. It's like they don't want me to get the tax credit. I'm sad. Yeah. I mean, it's not that they don't want you to get it. It's just unfortunately based upon delivery logistics and anything like that, they just probably can't deliver the car to you because believe it, they definitely want to deliver as many cars as possible by the end of the month, end of the quarter. But if you've got a Model Y ordered, fingers crossed, like you still could potentially get the tax credit. I mean, as we get closer to March 31st, we'll get more news. And I have a good hunch that it's not going to just be a cutoff like that. I really feel like it's going to get some sort of extension for the Model Y 7,500 federal tax credit, maybe 30 to 60, maybe even 90 days, because that would be a clean cut for the year of 2023. Got my loan done in a few days after getting your Patreon membership. Order date was 2/5, picking up this Saturday in Washington, D.C. Thank you, Mosin. Thank you for dropping that comment. Congrats to you. And hopefully my Patreon membership was a very helpful guide to you. If anybody else is out there, if you got a pending delivery, hopefully you got your financing squared away. But if you want a better rate than Tesla financing, check out the YouTube join link down below or even the Patreon link. You can get access to my guide that has all the links to credit unions and banks, all have interest rates better than a Tesla financing. Renz, thank you. Sam Cho, as soon as Tesla splits again, I will get the X. Tesla splitting again might not be a good thing, but who knows, right? My Model Y long range EDD changed twice during the past 2 days. Went from 322 to 44 to 52. Got excited for no reason. Yeah, try some of the EDD hacks. Maybe you can bump up your order by the end of the month. Took delivery of my Model Y Performance, and you're right, dude, this blue is crazy. Unfortunately, it had scratches over the car on delivery, so they had to bring it back to service, and they buffed out the whole car. Bradford, congrats to you, but definitely take it to a shop. Get ceramic coated. I always recommend Geon ceramic coating, and see it'll definitely make the blue color pop out a lot more. I got a text saying my video will be assigned this month. How accurate is that? It's pretty accurate. I would start making sure your financing is all squared away at the end of the day. I believe Colorado EV tax credit is going to move from 2,000 to 5,000 soon. Ooh, that would be really nice, and that's a lot of money. Tax credit could extend till the end of Q2 due to the banking situation. Finger crossed. Yeah, that's why I think it could be a 30 to 90 day transitionary period, because that could be a clean cut, right? I mean, that could be easier. Instead of like first quarter, it could just be like, hey, if you bought a Tesla vehicle or other vehicle before the half of the first year or half of the year in 2023, then you would be eligible for the tax credit. Instead of like Q1, March 31st, it'd just be a little bit easier, I think. Or maybe, who knows, right? Next Wednesday, the Treasury says it will be issuing guidance on the tax rate, making them refundable, which allows people without tax liability to use this. What do you think about this? Do you have a source on that? I'm not sure if how accurate that is, but let's check out the IRS website. We go to this website a lot because let's see if there's any sort of announcement. Doesn't look like it just yet. Everything here pretty much says the old date, but that would be pretty nice if they make it refundable, because it's supposed to be, actually, I don't know if it's ever supposed to be refundable, but it is supposed to be point of sale, when like you can basically take the discount off the price of the vehicle next year. But I don't know how or quickly that's going to be. Could the Model S get the tax credit? It was 70 before the refresh. Potentially, no, it can't, because Model S is unfortunately a sedan, and so sedans have a $55,000 price cap, whereas the SUVs have an $80,000 price cap at the end of the day. EDD just got pushed to 4.2. Ooh, yeah. If you're a Model Y, then maybe potentially, who knows, right? Fingers crossed. But Model 3, I would try and switch it so you could take delivery ASAP. Do you recommend to do PPF for the front bumper? PPF, I made a video on it, but basically, if you're going to keep the car 4 to 5 years, if you drive a lot of highway or if you go off-roading or like to the mountains, then I would recommend PPF. But usually PPF is anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. So the investment, you got to make sure it's really worth it at the end of the day. Chandra, my loan expires soon. Should I apply again or wait until delivery date? I would say wait until you get an actual delivery date and or a VIN, so that way you don't waste too many credit hits or credit increase. But if you got good credit, then it doesn't really matter on how many credit increases you actually get. It's really only for people that have like mid-tier credit or something like that. What do you think? What do people think about the extended warranty offer? Yeah. What does everybody think about this warranty offer? Because I certainly think it's potentially not worth it. But unless you're going to keep the car for a long time and you feel like the car is very problematic, then I would say get it. But at the same time, you could essentially trade in the vehicle and get another vehicle and restart the warranty all over again. I know that's a lot easier said than done, but Teslas kind of hold like a different value than other vehicles, and so that's why it could certainly make a lot of sense. I ordered a new Model Y back on January 28th because of you talking about how the used ones include FSD and XL boost. I ordered one February 1st, lost the possible Fed tax credit and CA 2K Part 1 because of you talking about how the used ones include FSD. Nice, I guess. When's your estimated delivery date? Get PPF if you don't want wet paint chips on your front bumper. Yeah, it's true. Like right now, I feel like there's a piece of yellow paint on the front bumper, but you can just spray it off at the end of it. But save $6,000-ish final price of basic Model Y versus loaded one long range, plus save $17,000 on software update. Thank you, Jim. No, thank you for coming and dropping that comment. It's awesome to hear that we were able to save you a bunch of money on buying a Tesla, and you're also about to get, or hopefully you haven't taken delivery yet, but it sounds like you're going to get into one soon. And so that's going to be a very exciting time for you. So no, thank you to you for dropping that comment, and thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for the comments, and thanks for dropping by. But if you're just joining in, everyone, Tesla has announced from this report to their employees via Fred Lambert that the Tesla Model 3 standard range potentially will lose the $7,500 federal tax credit. And so what's going to happen here? This could go in plenty of different ways. There is certainly a ton of Model 3 inventory on the websites that are available for sale, and also another, even more so, a lot of discounted Model 3 inventory. So could there be a potential price decrease in the near future? I certainly think so, but I certainly don't think Tesla would drop $7,500 off the price right away. I think they would kind of tier it out. They would go like $3,750 first, and then another $3,750. Or are they just trying to do a ploy here? Like, are they just telling their employees that they've told them this early that they're going to lose the $7,500 federal tax credit on the Model 3, and so that the employees would get a little bit more of a boost to call their customers and pending delivery orders to try and take delivery ASAP. But the good news here is we can try and piece from this, if this is all true, and for a fact, is that the Model Y potentially will either hold $3,750 federal tax credit or a full $7,500, because they probably would have announced that to the same effect to their employees about the Model Y as they did for the Model 3. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. All right, so in this next topic, we're going to talk about the Tesla Model 3. We've talked a lot about how the Model 3 standard range potentially has lost the 7,500 federal tax credit, but is a Model 3 long range about to make a comeback? We'll take a look at this article that was just posted that potentially could be citing that the Model 3 long range be coming back, and also what price will it be at, because there's speculation on the 7,500 federal tax rate. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to my buying guide. But definitely check that out if you're interested. So let us get into this. Shout out to Not a Tesla app. Tesla Model 3 long range appears on Tesla website. Is it set to make a comeback? So if we take a look at this, it looks like the Model 3 long range is priced and appeared back on the Canada Tesla website, which is very close to us, right, in America. And so what do we know about this, right? Right now, you can potentially get a Model 3 long range, and we know the price is $49,990, but they're pretty rare. They don't appear a lot at all. So this is waiting for Tesla. It's a third-party aggregator site where you can try and find one that pops up, but they don't really pop up at all. If you go to the website, though, you can't order one, and Tesla has hidden this from the order site, like it was blocked it out, and you can't order one for a while. And so we do know that the price is $49,990. We do know that it qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax rate if you take delivery by March 31st. But I guess what we could also infer from this is because Tesla has announced that the Model 3, or at least told their employees that the Model 3 standard range has lost the 7,500 federal tax credit, maybe the Model 3 long range has not lost the 7,500 federal tax credit in entirety. I mean, I think what we can piece from this is potentially the Model 3 long range might get 3,750 or even 7,500 federal tax credit, but we really don't know until March 31st when the IRS could announce some sort of clarification of guidelines. And so then we'll know if it gets 7,500 or 3,750. But cool to see that is finally popped back on the Canada website. And so maybe this will be back for the US pretty shortly. So let me know what your thoughts on it. Are you ordering? Do you have a pending order for a Model 3 long range, or are you searching for one because you can't order it? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. If you're just joining in, welcome. It seems like the Model 3 standard range has lost the 7,500 tax credit, but it seems like from what they are telling their employees. Is it too risky to wait until 2024 to get a Model Y long range to get the point of sale tax credit? Will all models not qualify anymore in 2024? It's a little risky, yes, because if it becomes point of sale, I'm pretty sure Tesla would just increase the price of the Model Y long range. But at the same time, we don't even know if it's going to get the full 7,500 federal tax rate or even the 3,750. So really don't know. Is the federal tax rate gone? Taking delivery this Saturday, will I still be able to see the 7,500? Depends on which vehicle, but if you're taking delivery before the 31st, you should still be good across the Model 3 and the Model Y. I got the used one on February 24th. Nice. Congrats, Jim. I'd like to see if there are other warranty offers comparable to Tesla's. Pretty much all companies have warranties, but I'm not sure if I would go with an aftermarket warranty. I'd rather just stick with Tesla warranty for the $2,000. Ceramic coating worth it? Does anyone have a shop in SoCal that they could recommend? Well, Anthony, we actually do. So I've taken my Teslas to 24K Shine, and the reason why is because not only do they have the really good price and they use a material that I really like, or they've ceramic coated my past 3 Teslas. So Model Y, Model S, and now also the Model X. And so they're 100% worth it. You can hit up Andre, the owner, and ask for the Dennis YouTube deal, and he'll know exactly what you're talking about. But he uses this product called Geon, which I think is one of the better ones. So definitely check it out. And they're also in Santa Ana, so pretty close to you, I would say as well. I did buy tonight the acceleration boost on my Model Y. I lost like 35% so quickly with my lead foot. Congrats, Jiffer, on buying that. Yeah, it definitely makes the Model Y really fast at the end of the day. By the way, I read that the demo vehicles don't apply for the federal tax or the California tax 2K incentive. Is that right? I don't think so, no, because I've purchased a Model Y demo vehicle before. It had 888 miles. As long as you're the first owner, it's perfectly fine. I applied for it and got it right back with the CVRP rebate, and of course it takes like 90 to 120 days. Dennis, you think if we get the Model Y from Texas, will it get the full 7,500 federal tax credit? Hope so. I think so, but we really don't know until the 31st of the end by the end of this month. Do you think an extra dash cam is necessary, or is the equipped dash cam enough? I would say it's perfectly enough for the Sentry mode dash cam in the Tesla. I don't think you would need an extra one, but just make sure you get a big enough hard drive at the end of the day. All right. Thanks for joining in, everyone. We're going to do a quick topic on this. So it looks like the new steering wheel for the Model S and the X is now already sold out. If you missed it, you could buy a steering wheel retrofit for the Model S and X to replace your yoke steering wheel, and it's already sold out. So we'll get into this really quickly. So it looks, shout out to Inside EVs for posting this. Model S and X steering wheel retrofit has been sold out already. You could buy it for $700, 700 plus tax, so like $750, $770, depending on where you're at. And it would include installation. So this probably was a very big hit for a lot of owners. I mean, I certainly like the yoke. I think it's very comfortable at the end of the day. It's pretty comfortable on the highways, but it's not necessarily that comfortable in tight steering wheel situations like parking lots or U-turns. So I can certainly get why a lot of Model S and X owners would just plunk down the $700, because $700 with installation for a new steering wheel that's a full steering wheel is kind of worth it. Like, I feel like if you were to go to any sort of other luxury brand or any luxury service center, it would charge like maybe double or even triple the amount of that. But, this is pretty cool. Like, I would say hopefully they can replenish it, because I've definitely thought about paying the $700, but maybe not at the end of the day. We want to save our money, but it's been sold out. So if you were able to secure one, I know like RLG Woody on the channel, he comes in and he was able to buy one really quickly. So hopefully he'll be able to get installation ASAP for his Model S or Model X. But really cool stuff. It seems like there's a lot of demand for this. So just as a general PSA for anybody else that's trying to get one, it seems like it's on back order at the moment. But we're going to get back into our live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. If you're just joining in, welcome. It looks like the Tesla Model 3 standard range is going to lose the $7,500 tax credit, unfortunately. My Model Y came with Excel Boost. I have to use chill mode to get good range. Yeah, it's funny, right? I had the Model 3 and the Model Y Performance, and I was really never in sport mode. I was always in chill mode just because sport mode is just too fast, I feel like. But it's cool that yours came with Excel Boost, that nice little value add right there, and it probably will keep better value than other Model Ys out there. Are you going to do a price breakdown in your video on your Model Y or Model X? Yes. We haven't filmed that one yet. The delivery video is edited. I just have to make a thumbnail and post it, but it's in the queue to post it. Thanks for sharing all this knowledge. Time to go buy some accessories and use your discount codes. Thank you, Wookie Cookies. Thank you for supporting. If you're wondering what Wookie Cookies is talking about, we've got some Tesla accessory partners on the channel, all linked down below in the description so you can check it out. But we've got Tamai, Jawa, Tesloid, MAGBAK, and also 3D Mats USA discount codes on the channel for an extra discount. I think also Jawa is 10% off now. They just emailed me the other day. How much do you think the Cybertruck will be going for? Will it qualify for the tax rebate? I mean, the wishful thinking part of me thinks that will be a $69,990 truck, but knowing Tesla, it might be a lot more expensive than that. But if they come out with a truck for $70,000, that would undercut Rivian. That would, I think, undercut a lot of Ford F-150 Lightnings, and I think that will get a lot of deliveries at the end of the day. Have any Tesla Model Y screen protectors you recommend? You can just get the ones off of Amazon, I would say, or even some at like Tamai or Jawa. I'm pretty sure they have some, but I've tried both. I've tried the glossy one and I've tried the matte one. Really kind of all the same to me at the end of the day. Did the CVRP select you for income verification? I actually haven't applied for CVRP in a while, but I think if you go for the added extra amount, the 7,500, then they make you go for the income verification on that. Hey Dennis, thanks to you, I was able to get my round steering wheel before they sold out. This afternoon I received an email saying that wheels are back in stock. Okay, nice. So thanks for dropping that, RLG Woody, that steering wheels are back in stock so that other people can get it ASAP. Anyone have problems with Samsung and Tesla pairing? Tesla won't read my message. They don't even appear. Also, Spotify won't even play, even though it says it's playing on the phone. Alexander, I would try doing a soft reset by holding both steering wheels or steering wheel buttons down at the same time to try and reset it. If that doesn't work, then maybe potentially bring it to a service center to see if they can fix it for you. Would you trade your non-EV car with Tesla? I would not. And actually, we made a video about that. I think it came out today. It's called like, would you do not trade your vehicle to Tesla? And I give you exact steps on what to do with your vehicle, where to sell it instead to get you the most maximum value for your trade-in vehicle. Unless you live in a state that has trade-in sales tax credit, but even then you should do the calculation to see if it's still worth it, because sometimes it still could be better to sell it to somewhere else to get like a little bit more, maybe $500 to $1,000 more. Just check the app and round wheels are back in stock. Nice. Okay. Very good. Very good. So looks like it just went out of stock really briefly, and then it came back for everyone else to get a vehicle, to get a steering wheel at the end of the day. But this is interesting, right? This $7,500 federal tax credit has disappeared for the Model 3 standard range. But the good news here is if they told their employees that the Model 3 standard range is losing it, then most likely the Model Y is potentially not losing the full credit. Do you expect gas prices to go up back in California? I think so, yeah. I decided not to. I'm going to go to Carvana and CarMax, which is almost $1.5 thousand more. Yeah, exactly. Or even check out some of the mom and pop dealers that are around you. They might be able to give you a better value than Carvana, and or definitely more value than Carvana, but maybe even better value than CarMax. That would be my recommendation. All right, we got one last topic, so we'll get into it really quick, but thank you all for joining in. And this one is probably more important for everybody that has or is interested in Tesla insurance. And so that's why I get a little freaked out about Tesla insurance, but we'll talk about it. So if you have Tesla insurance, or if you're interested in getting Tesla insurance, it looks like Tesla has now released updates to Safety Score, and they're calling it Safety Score 2.0. And there's even more metrics that Big Brother Tesla is going to be tracking on you to maybe potentially take a look at your Tesla insurance rates, or just rate how you drive for full self-driving beta. So we'll get into it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla with the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So let us get into this. Shout out to user Nakatomi on Reddit. They posted this. Tesla releases Safety Score 2.0. Metrics now include excessive speeding and unbuckledness. So if we go to the Tesla website, of course, if you don't know what Safety Score is, Tesla rates how you drive. They rate what time you drive. If it's late night driving, they ding you. If it's you're following too closely, they ding you. If you're driving at excessive speeds and things like that, they ding you. And why do they track this stuff? Well, there's two reasons why I think they track this stuff. The first one is they used to limit FSD beta, or full self-driving beta, entry onto this, but I think now if you've got a score of like 80 plus, or any score, they allow you in. And the other thing is they track this because supposedly they use this type of data for insurance purposes. So if you use Tesla insurance, they won't increase your rate like immediately, but they could increase it based upon renewals. And so that could be a great reason on why they would want to track how you drive. And so what's changed? It looks like they added excessive speed speeding as a new safety factor, more time spent driving over 85 miles an hour will lead to a lower safety score. And so if you live in places like California or even Texas, I feel like there's a lot of places where driving over 85 or even 85 is the new normal at the end of the day. So does that kind of suck? I think it does, because now it will lower your safety score. Unbuckle driving as a new safety factor, I would say that's that's a given. You should always buckle your vehicle, but it looks like if it says time spent driving over 10 miles an hour without buckling, the driver's seat will lead to a lower safety score. And here's another update for late night driving. If you didn't know, Tesla safety score also tracks if you drive late night, and it will ding you if you drive from 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. And so the impact of late night driving on your safety score will depend on the proportion of time spent driving each hour from 10 to 4 a.m., which kind of sucks for people that maybe have late night shifts or work at odd hours aside from the 9 to 5. So that can really hurt them if they have the safety score plus Tesla insurance. And then they also updated hard braking safety factor. They include braking events that occur when the vehicle detects a yellow light. So if you are a person that runs a lot of yellows, Tesla will ding you for that. So this is why I don't necessarily like getting Tesla insurance, even though I recently also just got a quote and it was a little lower than my other current insurance that I have for the Model X, but I'm still always just a little hesitant at the end of the day because of all the different data that Tesla can track you on for all this stuff. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the description, or even the comments, or even the live stream. But we're going to jump back into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible financing rate, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing, some as low as 2.5 to 2.999, but really 3.5 to 3.99. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. If you're just joining in, welcome. The Tesla Model 3 standard range, at least from what Tesla is telling their employees, might be losing the $7,500 federal tax credit. And when we say when will it be losing? We'll be losing it after March 31st, potentially. But is this two things here? The first thing is, like, why would Tesla tell their employees? Well, the first thing, why would they tell them like 1 week before the end of the month? Well, there certainly is a ton of Model 3 standard ranges in inventory. So maybe they're using this as a way to push employees or push sales numbers because there's a lot of inventory out there. But also, if they've told their employees that the Model 3 is losing, or the Model 3 standard range is losing the $7,500 federal tax rate, then we could potentially infer that the Model Y might not lose the full $7,500 federal tax credit. And the last thing is, if the Model 3 standard range loses the $7,500 federal tax credit starting on April 1st, or even 30 to 60 to 90 days after April 1st, well, then we could potentially see a price decrease for the Model 3 standard range. The current price of the Model 3 standard range is $43,000, and the lowest price that it's ever been was like $36,000, $37,000. And so initially, do we think that it will drop $7,500? Probably not. It might go down to like $3,000 at a time, down to like $39,990, and then maybe like a 37. But certainly Tesla will test the market at each level and each stage based upon different pricings. Can all the users who have access to the car check what's happening around the car at all time? Yes. Hi, Dennis. Picking up my Model Y Performance Midnight Gray with White Seats tomorrow on Riverside. All financials are taken care of and cannot wait. Congrats to you, Michael. Congrats, Michael Johnson, on picking up a Tesla Model Y Performance, and enjoy it in good health. Tesla insurance not accurate, but very sensitive. Suck. Yes, yeah. That's why I kind of don't like Tesla insurance sometimes. Just want to thank you all for your advices. Got my Model Y long range with white interior delivered yesterday. That's after 2 months of my order date. Got financing from Parsons FCU following your advice. Thank you. Great and up. congrats on your Model Y. And check out some of the discount codes for the Tesla parts accessories on the channel down below in the description if you want to purchase some Tesla accessories. Dennis, can you explain Tesla hacking well? However, Tesla just hacked my toilet and my poo is everywhere now. Okay, yeah, full self poo. Played hooky and took off tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, enjoy the delivery process. It's definitely different from buying any sort of car. A little bit more hands off maybe, but it's kind of nice though. They kind of just let you play around the car and then take off whenever you want to. Gen Z is gonna be flexing their driving scores. Yeah, like mine's like pretty horrendous actually. I was like taking a look at the other day. Mine's like at 85. I don't know what's yours. What's all your driving scores? But put it in the chat. Like, what is your drive? Actually, no, mine's an 83 driving score right now. Like, I guess I just drive like complete doo doo, but. There is my driving score, 83. Put it in the chat. What is your driving score if you have a Tesla? And I guess I can't beat it. Like I'm like red and yellow. The only thing good is hard braking. I guess I'm a good person that doesn't do a lot of hard braking, but everything else terrible. Why is it losing credit? Just got here. Well, it seems like the Tesla Model 3 standard range comes from China, at least the battery and the manufacturing. And so those are the two qualifications that it needs to be able to get the full 7,500 tax credit. I have my Model X ordered yesterday. I did all the financials and said ED will be from today to the end of the month. I live in Bay Area. How long does it take to give me an appointment for delivery? Should be very, very soon. Hopefully in the next few days, you should get a estimated delivery date with an appointment scheduling, especially with the Model X, because they want to deliver those ASAP. Where can you view the driving score now? If you go to the Tesla app and then go to safety score, you should be able to pull it up and then you can put it in the chat. Got my 2023 Model 3 long range in February. Feel pretty lucky. Yeah, congrats to you. It looks like you'll be able to lock in the 7,500 federal tax credit, and long range is a very rare vehicle. So congrats to you. Dennis, you're right. I live in Texas. Drivers go here 85 at a minimum. Tesla using the same insurance scoring methodology as Progressive Snapshot program. I am not interested. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of them viewing all these different data and then potentially raising your insurance rates on you like every 6 months of the renewal. And so they could certainly do that. And I've heard that a lot. Like I've heard, initially Tesla insurance is great. It's lower than everybody else, but every 6 months they just raise it a little bit and then they raise it a little bit more. And so it's not worth it at the end of the day, in my opinion. Sorry, Dennis, it was a Model 3, not Model X. So I would say Model 3, you're still good. You're still going to be able to get delivered by the end of the month. But I was driving less, $300 per week. Tesla insurance is still a good deal for me. Yeah, as long as they don't raise the rates on you. I mean, I always recommend trying to, do a check every 6 months or every renewal just to make sure you're paying the lowest possible rate for insurance. I used to remember seeing safety score in the app, but I no longer see that. Huh, interesting. Maybe kill the app and refresh it. I have Tesla insurance, but it says I have to activate the safety score. Huh, that's really weird. LOL, yeah, my safety score. Paul, your score is 97. That's actually pretty nice. You guys are all pretty good. I'm rocking a 97 score DC Air, but only 1,000 miles. Key is to use autopilot as much as possible so you don't get dinged for driving like a sane person. I guess I have to use more autopilot then. Well, I guess I do a lot of city driving as well, so that's probably what's going on. What's the page for the CVRP remaining amount? Thanks. Yeah, let's take a look at it. So if you go to CVRP, you go to available funding. I think last time they said 340 million and now it says 327. So that is a burn of $13 million within a couple of weeks. So if you're waiting for CVRP, definitely get that application in. But unfortunately, you can only get that application in after you purchase the vehicle. But funding seems to be going fast, and unfortunately, it looks like it's a $2,000 rebate for the. Not unfortunately, that's pretty good. $2,000 at the end of the day, but the information that we got might have been potentially incorrect. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, but. Congrats to everybody that can lock this in. This is a one-time per driver's license thing. And of course, it's California only. And it stacks on top of your 7,500 federal tax credit that you get from the government. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I will do some channel announcements before we sign off. But if you're just joining in, it seems like Tesla has instructed their employees that the Model 3 standard range might lose the 7,500 federal tax credit by the end of the month. But we do have a giveaway ending tomorrow, actually. We'll be announcing it on the stream. And if you want to join last minute, you can check out it. It's right here on the community page. We're giving away a MAGBAK wireless phone charger for your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. It's actually this one right here. And I gotta say, it's definitely more sleeker than some of the other ones out there. And so I really enjoy it. But to enter this giveaway, you gotta go into this video right here. The instructions are all in there. And actually, if you just go to my channel homepage, it's my, I always try and keep the latest video with all the financing rates up to date right here. Well, I guess not when we're live, but you can enter in there. And so you can try and win a MAGBAK phone charger from MAGBAK. And thank you to MAGBAK for sponsoring the giveaway. And it's almost the end of the month, so we got to do some more. We got to do some more giveaways, right? So I got to think of some good ideas for next month. See if we can get some sponsors, or maybe we'll just do a self-sponsor. We'll see if Tenet wants to sponsor something. I threw an idea at them, potentially maybe a big one. I know a lot of you would be interested in joining that giveaway. So definitely hit the subscribe, because we're going to do giveaways every single month as we run the channel, because I want to give back to you all, everybody that comes in, supports, hits the like button, the comments in the live stream. I want to give back at the end of the day. I have a used Model Y with full self-driving picked up February 24th. I signed up for full self-driving beta, and still over a month, it still says I'm in the queue. Any thoughts? Yeah, no idea. That's why I've never really liked that full self-driving beta program. I would say maybe try and send them a message. I really don't know about the full self-driving beta, like how to get in. Like I've even tried sending them emails. There is an email address. I don't know what it is, but you can try and request to get into the beta, but they never responded to me at the end of the day. In a few years from now, you'll be getting a speeding ticket in the mail because the government will track your speed and positioning through your Tesla. Yeah, big brother, right? Low-key Tesla for safety score. Yeah, mine is horrendous, but maybe because I drive interesting at the end of the day. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for hitting the like button. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll announce the giveaway. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. See ya.